What if I told you that misinterpreting a ringtail's behavior could have dire consequences? You might think you understand these captivating creatures, but there's a critical layer of danger lurking beneath the surface. Many people dismiss ringtail behaviors as quirky or harmless, but that's a grave mistake. Ignoring their stressed signals can lead to serious repercussions for both their ringtails and you. Picture this: you're hiking through a serene forest and spot a ringtail engaging in what seems like innocent play. But what if those actions are actually desperate cries for help? Those seemingly cute antics hide a warning. Recognizing it could change everything. Have you ever noticed a ringtail flicking its tail nervously? Most see this as playful mischief, but it's actually a sign of anxiety that often goes unnoticed. This flickering can indicate distress, easily brushed off when the creature appears lively. Now, imagine you're excited to see wildlife and a ringtail scurries by, looking carefree. But what if that ringtail is actually overwhelmed, navigating a world filled with threats? The emotional intelligence you apply elsewhere might not work here. This oversight creates a dangerous cycle. When ringtails feel misunderstood, their stress escalates. While you think you are enjoying their company, you might be intensifying their distress. It's a hidden risk that many overlook. Ignoring these signals can ripple through the ecosystem. When ringtails suffer, the entire environment you cherish feels the impact. Think back to a time you felt misunderstood when your anxiety was brushed aside. That feeling of isolation is real, and just like you, ringtails experience this emotional turmoil. As you reflect on this, consider how to be more observant during your next encounter. Look for the signs: flicking tails, hiding, or vocalizations. These are the ringtail warning signs, telling a story waiting to be uncovered. So, what can you do? Shift your perspective. Shift your Approach these animals with empathy. Observe them closely, not just for entertainment, but to truly understand their emotional state. Recognition is the first step toward understanding. The next time you see a ringtail, take a moment to see those signals for what they are: a plea for connection, a call for understanding. In the end, it's not just about enjoying nature, it's about building a deeper bond with the creatures that share this world with us. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and perhaps you'll be the one who truly sees them. Have you ever watched a ringtail and thought, that's just playful behavior? What if I told you that misinterpreting those actions could have serious consequences? Stick around, because what I'm about to share might change how you see these fascinating creatures. Let's dive deeper. Many people overlook the nuances of ringtail behaviors, labeling them as quirky. But here's the catch: those quirks might actually reveal important emotional cues that we often miss. Misreading these signals can lead to misunderstandings about their needs and even harmful interactions. Picture this: you see a ringtail acting out of frustration. You might think it's being aggressive, but what if it's actually showing signs of anxiety? Every twitch and flick off its tail carries a message, yearning for understanding, yet we often jump to conclusions too quickly. How often do we project our own feelings onto animals? You see a ringtail darting around and label it as hyperactive. But what if it's trying to communicate something more significant? Misinterpreting these signals can lead to neglect or even harm. Consider this scenario: you're at a wildlife reserve and spot a group of ringtails. One seems isolated, darting away from the others. You might think it's just she, but what if it feels threatened? But why? Why is it feel This simple misclassification could mean missing opportunities for intervention or support. As we explore this further, the stakes become clearer. These creatures rely on us to understand and interpret their emotional expressions. Ignoring their signals risks not only their well-being, but also the quality of our relationship with wildlife. So, what can we do? Start by observing with patience. Slow down and really look. Take a moment to see beyond the surface. When you notice a behavior, ask yourself what it might mean. Instead of jumping to conclusions, consider the emotional context of what you are witnessing. Reflect on the importance of emotional intelligence not just in humans, but across all species. The more we understand these signals, the better we can care for them. Misclassifying ringtail behaviors can lead to a chain of misunderstandings. Now, think about this takeaway: what if the key to forming deeper connections with wildlife lies in how we interpret their emotions? Next time you see a ringtail, pause for a moment and consider the hidden layers behind its behavior. If this perspective has opened your eyes, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's work towards a world where we truly understand the creatures we share with. Remember, every signal they send could be a call for empathy and understanding. Keep watching, and let's learn together. Imagine watching a creature that's both charming and often misunderstood: the ringtail. You may have seen them in documentaries, but did you know there's a hidden danger in how we interpret their behaviors? Picture this: you are observing a ringtail, and its playful antics make you smile. You might think it's happy, but what if, beneath that cute exterior, there's a more complex reality? Many people don't realize that viewing these behaviors through our emotional lens can lead to dangerous misconceptions. Think about it for a moment. You see a ringtail fluffing its fur, and your first thought is it's excited. But that fluffing could actually signal stress. The emotional cues we assign to animals often don't tell the whole story. You might wonder why this is important. Imagine you're hiking in a national park and come across a ringtail. You've heard their curious nature makes them friendly, so you reach out, thinking it wants to play. However, that playful behavior might be masking something deeper, like aggression or fear. Picture the shock of getting too close, only to find that your friendly encounter has turned into a defensive display. Every time we misinterpret a ringtail's actions, we risk not only our safety but also the well-being of the animal. They are not just cute, they are complex beings with instincts for survival. This raises an important question: how often have you misjudged an animal's behavior based on your own emotions? Let's dive deeper. Imagine you're sitting around a campfire at night when a ringtail approaches. You mistake its curious gaze for friendship and toss it a snack, thinking you've made a new friend. But this behavior could lead to dependency. The ringtail might start associating humans with food, putting it at risk from other animals or traffic. The consequences could be dire. Consequences extend beyond just the ringtail, they can impact the entire ecosystem. So, how can we avoid these pitfalls? First, we need to train ourselves to observe rather than interpret. Instead of labeling behaviors, let's focus on the context